Hello everyone, my name is Chris Hardy. I'm the superintendent here at Blackpool and Fylde. I'm also, more importantly, the Silver Commander for the upcoming match between Blackpool and Preston. What I wanted to do on this video is to share with you some aspects of the policing operation so that you can plan your day around what we want to do and you can be aware of the slight changes we've got to the fans who are arriving. So, first message is for the home fans of Blackpool. There will be a map attached onto the end of this video, and I'd urge you all to have a look at that so you understand where some of the road closures will be. What we are asking is the Blackpool home fans who would use the south stand is to take a very small detour around Seymour and Maudland. You'll see on the map when you look, there's some tangerine arrows done deliberately to show you the way we'd like you to come. That route will have police on it, and you'll be able to get to the ground through your normal turnstiles. The bit of the road you won't be able to use will be Bloomfield with the junction of Central Drive, St Heliers and Savile, and you'll see those areas in red on the map. That's an area that we'll be using for the Preston fans or keeping it sterile so the groups can't come together. All of the routes for the home fans, apart from the areas you can see on the map that are closed off, that is the blue shaded area, will be in play and are the normal access routes. The northeast gate will be open pre-match and closed as normal post-match. Henry Street and all of the surrounding streets will be open for you to use. The only areas where we will not be allowing home fans entrance will be through that blue shaded area on the map, which is the junction of Bloomfield and Central and the portion of Bloomfield Road where the away fans will be queuing to get into the ground. So if you're an away fan attending this fixture, what I want you to look at on the map is the area that's got the blue shading in amongst the red zones. That is the area where we would like the Preston fans to attend. It's where your coaches will drop you off, and it's where you'll be put back on your coaches and or minibuses to leave the ground at the end of the fixture. The access to that area will only be by the junction of Central Drive and Bloomfield. So please plan, if you are parking your car at the ground, to be parking in and around the area so you can access your entrance points from there. The Preston fans will be entering via the southeast corner and you'll be exiting via the southeast corner once the match is complete. I understand completely that for some fans it'll be a little bit annoying and frustrating that we're changing your normal route to your match day, and I apologise in advance for that, but the changes are necessary to allow us to get both sets of fans in safely and get everyone away without there being any incidents. What I would like to say is in advance is thank you for your support. Please follow the maps, read the maps and ask police for advice on the day. Prior to the game, it was really important we sought your views and ideas. We met with a number of the fans groups, that being the BSA, BST, we've had representatives from the supporters liaison officer, the FSA and the muckers. We've talked through our plan with them, we've explained what we want to do. We've also explained the closures and the diversions, and broadly they're all in agreement with what we want to do, which is make sure people can still enjoy the game and do that in a safe manner. So we've talked about coming to the ground. The easiest way to remember it when leaving the ground is that it will be exactly the same route that you've come from, but obviously in the reverse. So if you are a home fan leaving, the northeast gate, as I said earlier, will be closed. We'll be asking you to walk up on Seasiders Way and around onto Rigby if you're going that way. You'll have full access to Lytham, full access to Seymour, and you'll be able to walk through onto Maudland and get back onto Central Drive. Again, the same area that was closed when you arrived will still be closed on your exit. So if you're an away fan leaving the ground, that will be via the southeast corner, which is the turnstile in which you came through. Once you are out there, you'll be inside a sterile zone for the Preston fans. The coaches will be in there and we'll be looking as soon as possible to get everyone loaded up and back on their way home. I've had a number of questions throughout all this and I'll try and run through some of them now just to reassure and allay any concerns. The first one I was asked by was by a home fan who was suggesting that Maudland is a dead end. I can categorically say that Maudland is not. If you walk down Maudland to get to Seymour, there is a couple of alley gates at the bottom of the alley. They're fully working, there'll be police on that junction, and we're happy we can get all the fans through there onto Seymour to walk down to what will be the south stand and gain access. If you're attending the club for hospitality and you're using the west stand, again, all I would do is urge you to look at the map. The best route for yourself will be to come on Lytham Road or Seasiders and approach the west stand from that way. You'll still be able to drop off outside the front of the club and go into the west stand for hospitality or collect a taxi or whatever you need to do. That part of the ground will still be in play. If you are a fan with mobility issues, we would not expect you to walk round. What I would like you to do is I'd like you to approach the police and or the stewards at the closure of the road, which is Bloomfield and Central Drive. Explain that you are a home fan, explain that you need to come through, and we will safely get you through the top bit. We would not be asking you to walk round any longer than is necessary. So one of the questions that keeps coming up is why don't we simply hold the Preston fans back? That is something that will be a consideration, and I know it's been done at previous fixtures, but at this moment in time, it's our intention to get both sets of fans out of the ground as quickly and as safely as possible. And in doing so, we will still need a sterile area. And that is why we've made those slight changes to the access routes and the exit routes to allow us and the fans sterile space in which they can be put whilst we load coaches up and get people back on their way home. If there is going to be a holdback, that will all be communicated through an announcement in the ground. There will also be social media messages, and we'll explain clearly as to why we are doing that. If you are looking to drop off and pick someone up from the fixture, what I would suggest is if you are an away fan, I'd be looking to drop them off on the side of Central and Bloomfield, maybe a little distance away from the ground where you can walk up to where the road will be closed, the fan can then enter and agree a pick-up point, again, probably some distance from where the mass exit of fans will be. If you're a home fan, like I said before, the West Stand will still be in play. You can still come onto Lytham, still come onto Seaside as way. That part of the ground, when you look at the map, will all be still open for you to collect and pick people up. What I would ask though of all fans is that if you are picking people up, think about where you're going to park, think about how busy it will be, and agree a location beforehand so you can meet your friends or whoever it might be at that right location. We met with the fans groups beforehand, and it's our intention that after the fixture, we'll be looking to re-engage again so we can speak to them and get your views about how the operation went.